it's as though somebody's taken a bat to my back. It's sore to touch. It's sore on light touch. My rectors from my coccyx all the way up to my neck, essentially, my traps as well. Everything's sore. I feel like I've been in a fight. Somebody's like kicked the shit out of me or something like that. That's how I feel. It makes me think there is absolutely no doubt that the deadlift is the best exercise for the back of you. I'm somebody that loves the squat, and I'm somebody that would put the squat ahead of everything. But the deadlift, when it comes to the back of you, it's by far the most superior. It is incredible. I've had this happen once before on the Squat Everyday program where I didn't deadlift for a long period of time, and then I did some fives, I think at 160 or something like this. This is probably like 6 months ago now, probably even longer than that. And I was very, very sore then. Right now, I'm sore as though I haven't deadlifted for a very long time again. But in this scenario I have, it's just I pushed some reps and oh my God, really, really sore. So woke up this morning, I couldn't even bend over like at all. I couldn't bend at the hip, let alone weight in my hands. I really thought, I don't know how I'm going to go about squatting today. Like, this is not looking good. I was quite concerned about what I was going to do today, if I was going to be able to squat again today. Went to the gym and I kind of loosened up as the morning went on. Got to the gym around 10 o'clock, I think it was. And I just went into my reverse lunges, and thank God those loosened me up. Loosened the back up, put the glutes and the quads on the map for me, and kind of the blood went over there, and I started using them to move. Not that you use your lower back to move, but I kind of activated another sort of big mover in the body, and the focus went there. So I'm still very, very tight in my lower back. Like, I literally have no ability to flex. I'm like always in some sort of extension of the lower back. So as I went on, things started loosening up. It goes to show you what blood means, what a good warm-up is, and what it means. And so then I think I ended up doing, I did 5 sets of 10 reverse lunges body weight, and then I did another 5 sets of 10 with 40 kilos on the bar. So I did that, and then I was sort of gingerly walking across to the squat rack thinking this is going to be a difficult it's going to be a difficult moment for me to see whether I'm going to squat or not, because when you're in a split squat stance, you're not really loading the lower back at all. It's kind of like you're okay in terms of the lower back. It's all got to do with your glutes, your adductors, but I don't really feel the back ever when I'm doing split squat stance. I was very, very stiff. I was only able to do 140, and even that I shouldn't have done because I wasn't sure about my lower back at all. I did 100 for one. I tried to pause it. The reason I paused all the reps today was because I was concerned about that bounce and what that would do to the really tight muscles at the back of me. So I was really kind of gingerly going down in the eccentric, stop, and really, really focus of kind of contracting the lower back, even though it was sore. So that was it. I did 140 for one. It was basically like a handful of reps all up for the squat. And then I did some bench press, did a bilbo set, worked up to 120 bench, and that was the session. But I'm thinking right now that I don't know how frequently I'll be able to do this. I have a feeling I'm going to be sore like this for the next few days. And this continuously gets, reinforced. My belief gets reinforced that, heavy deadlifting or deadlifting with volume and squatting cannot coexist. If you're pushing both of them hard, I don't know what that even means. Granted, I don't have the capacity to do deadlifting because I've for that reason, because I've been kind of favoring the squat. It's the ultimate question for me. In this Squat Everyday program for the last almost 2 years now, I feel great when I deadlift, and I feel great when I squat, but when I do both, I feel crap. So I don't know. This is I've made several of these videos now where I'm continuously kind of discussing what the hell is the balance? How does somebody on a squat everyday program get deadlifting in? Because for the next few days, I don't think I'm going to have any performance in me. I'm just completely zapped. I feel like I need a nap today. My whole organism is just inflamed. I can't help but think about some of you guys who have told me that you're exactly opposite. So for you, squatting is exactly what it is for me to deadlift volume. Like, you guys get wrecked with, some of you guys get wrecked with squatting. For me, it's like, man, it's just a case of what you haven't done enough, I guess. So maybe the only way forward is to basically have these days where I squat 140 for a day, and then maybe have like one squat session a week where I push, one deadlift session where I push. And so I have basically like 3 days in between those two sessions where I don't do much, or something like that. I honestly don't know what the best way to go about it. For me, the biggest balancing act has been those two lifts. I think I went something like 6 or 7 months without deadlifting at all, off the floor anyway. And then the moment I started deadlifting, my squats started climbing up. So it's almost like a weird thing. I don't know if you guys can relate to this. I squat a whole bunch, my deadlift goes up. I deadlift a whole bunch, my squat goes up. Somebody asked me on Instagram the other day, messaged me, and they were like, man, I've hit a plateau on the squats. What do you recommend? And with this idea in my mind right now, so fresh, I said to him, man, if you're stuck with the squat, take your volume and put it in the deadlift. Spend a few weeks in the deadlift, maybe a month in the deadlift. And when that stalls, put all the volume in the squat and just, oscillate between the two. Obviously continue to do both, but put kind of more favor in one of the lifts at a time. Maybe this is the way forward for me as well. I don't know. I always feel like, when I increase my squat strength, my deadlift strength, I feel like it's an insurance policy in the sense that, when you get stuck in that, bad position in the squat, when you kind of lean over a whole bunch, if you're a really good deadlifter, if you have a really solid spine, you can just good morning that shit up, right? It's like the ultimate security blanket. And same with kind of like a similar relationship with the deadlift. If you can't get if you can't break the bar off the floor, I'm pretty sure the squat will help you with that in terms of developing the quad so you can push the damn thing off the ground. So it's like, I think powerlifting, I think strength performance, barbell strength performance, I guess, it's a balancing act between the two. What I said to the fella is, go to the other lift, push the other lift. I don't know, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. This is the 100. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like I'm really upright. And that makes sense to me because I can't afford to lean over because I feel like my rectors can't support me, let alone the weight. So it's an interesting thing that deadlifting gets you more upright in the squat. Now, I don't know, there's all these thoughts in my head right now, thinking to myself, all these different ideas and whatnot, and especially when the fella asked me, what should I do when I'm in a squat plateau? I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it's a good idea to oscillate between the two. Put a few weeks into that one. When that kind of, gets stale or whatever, put a few weeks into that one and just keep going back and forth. I can tell you that from doing the hypers and from doing the pin squats, my lower back feels like it's never been stronger in my life. It's honestly really, really strong. My cameraman said to me last night, I've never seen you manhandle 30 kilos on the hyper before like that. I've done some GHD back raises in the past and I immensely struggle with even 20 kilos on my back. It's a different exercise, I get it. It's a completely different kind of strength curve. But me, within myself, I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger. And that translates to the squat. There's no way you can't translate to the squat. If you have a really strong posterior chain, like I said, it's like an insurance policy. If your quads get stuck, you just lean over a little bit and let the dudes at the back take care of business. It's kind of like, and we know that we are stronger in our posterior chain than our anterior chain. In terms of potential, human strength potential, the glutes and the hamstrings, that's what the strength is. And if you've spent any time listening to Louis Simmons, he will tell you exactly the same thing. And, he said to his guys, I want a vertical shin when you squat. And so when they squat, it's freaking like a good morning, essentially. They squat to a box, and the way they squat, it's kind of like half squat in my books. A lot of the world thinks that's a full squat. But anyway, if you're squatting to half squatting, Louis Simmons will have you just use hamstrings and glutes. And he said stuff like, I remember him saying that if you have developed quads, you're not squatting correctly. I remember Louis Simmons saying that. So it just goes to show you, if you have a really strong ass back, you can do lots of different things. You can squat with your back in a sense, right? It's interesting. I mean, that's not exactly what I want to do. I want to squat with my quads. But it's just one of those things. I think it's well worthwhile to train the back. I'm really excited about these hypers. I'm really excited about the deadlift. Although the deadlift makes my life freaking miserable. I won't lie to you. I'm not having fun right now. Can't even pick up my daughter. Like it's everything's everything's difficult. I keep saying it. To me, deadlifting is laboring. Squatting is training. There's no way, like picking stuff off the ground. Like it doesn't feel like training. It feels like I'm in the field somewhere and we're doing work. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling right now. I feel broken. Feel real broken. So I think I'm gonna have a nap today if I can get it in. See if I can eat some food and recover. And I don't know. I'll probably feel the same tomorrow. So don't expect any 200 kilo squats from me in the next few days. I think. Who knows? Let's see how I recover. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.